He called Lila immediately and told her everything. She listened without interrupting, then said quietly, "Ethan, we have to report this. If someone's using your information, if this is some kind of threat, it's not a hacker," he said. "It's something else. I can feel it. Then let me come over. We'll figure it out together." That night, she arrived with her laptop and a portable scanner. They set up in Ethan's small studio, lights low, coffee going cold. Midnight crept closer. Neither spoke. The radio sat between them, dialed to 104.7 FM. At 12:03 a.m., the hum returned. "Ethan Reed, Lila Monroe." The voice paused. "As you be a must," and 8 more. Lila's face drained of color. She glanced at Ethan, whispering, "It said my name." Before he could answer, every electronic device in the room flickered. The lights dimmed, the monitors glowed with static, and the radio speaker grew louder, too loud, until it was all they could hear. Then, in an instant, silence. Their phones were dead. The clock on the wall had stopped at 12:04. Outside, somewhere in the distance, a faint siren wailed and faded away. The next morning, Ethan's apartment looked untouched. Everything powered on normally, but both their recordings were gone. The audio files had been wiped. Even their backup drives showed corrupted data. Lila insisted they step back. "Whatever this is, Ethan, it knows when we're listening." He wanted to believe her, to walk away, but obsession had already anchored itself deep. He began researching KBLR's old history. The station had gone off the air in 1997, after its manager, Harold Grayson, disappeared. Police found his office filled with handwritten lists, thousands of names, each marked with dates that matched local deaths. The final page listed names dated 2 weeks after the station closed. The top 2 names were Harold Grayson and Murphy Grayson. His dog. Neither were ever found. Ethan spent days trying to connect Grayson's disappearance with the new broadcast. He contacted former FCC engineer Cal Dunham, now retired, who had inspected the tower decades ago. When Ethan mentioned the signal's return, the line went quiet. "Son," Dunham said slowly, "if that frequency's active again, turn it off and walk away. We buried that signal for a reason." "What do you mean, buried?" "It wasn't a transmitter problem," Dunham said. "It was the frequency itself. We logged readings that made no sense, echoes coming back before we sent the broadcast, like the signal was bouncing off something that shouldn't be there." "Something where?" A long pause. Then, below the noise floor, the call disconnected. By the following week, Signal Lost had stopped releasing episodes. Ethan's listeners began speculating online, posting clips, claiming they'd also tuned into 104.7 FM and heard their own names. A few even uploaded recordings, each eerily consistent. 10 names, monotone voice, same time every night. Then, 3 of those uploaders vanished. Their channels were deleted, their social media accounts wiped clean within hours of posting. Lila begged Ethan to stop. "If you keep digging, you'll end up like them. You already made the list." But he couldn't stop. He needed answers, not for fame, but for sanity. He wanted to know what existed below the noise floor. He drove back to the tower one last time. The hill was colder now, wind slicing through the pines. The fence gate hung open, as if waiting for him. Inside, the air felt heavier, thick with the smell of ozone. He carried a recorder, a flashlight, and a determination that felt a lot like desperation. The laptop was gone. In its place lay a single reel-to-reel tape recorder, ancient, dusty, yet humming with power. The reels turned slowly, though no one had pressed play. He stepped closer and saw a note taped to it. "For Ethan, do not listen." He pressed play anyway. The tape crackled. Then came voices, not one but hundreds, layered and overlapping, whispering in rhythmic waves. He could make out fragments, names, dates, screams buried in static. Among them, he heard Lila's voice faint, calling his name. He dropped the recorder. The reels kept spinning on their own, faster, faster, until the machine smoked. Then it stopped. When he looked up, the walls around him seemed to breathe, the air vibrating like a held frequency. The radio tower outside pulsed red, each flash synced to his heartbeat. He ran. Outside, the wind carried whispers, 10 of them, his name last. He reached his car, slammed the door, and sped down the dirt road. The radio on his dashboard turned itself on, 104.7 FM. The same voice whispered through the speakers, softer now, almost gentle. You shouldn't have listened.